I think engaging with someone who you feel is lonely, the most important thing is to be at their own pace. Don't rush them. Be sensitive to what they're able to take. Encourage. And if it's appropriate, leave it and come back a bit later. Don't force people.
I run a bowling club on a Friday. This is indoor bowling. There are one or two people who are lonely that saw us doing some bowling and came up and talked, and they talked and they talked. This is because they were lonely and they wanted to communicate. And we asked them to join in. They'd never done bowling before, so we showed them how to do it. And within a few weeks, they were members of our group. And it's so important to get people who are lonely, to get them into the community so that they can join in and feel that they are part of a group.
I tried to do something about it, but it's not easy doing something about it. I tried, but you see, the way people try to solve that for you is to get you involved in quizzes and wee dopey things. I used to think, are people wise? You know, but when you look back on it, they're doing their best to sort of help and lift my spirits.
I think for me, I got to maybe know a little bit in advance from the group leader. Now, not personal information, just a little bit about what did that person work at, what was the person interested in, or what did they do when they were younger. And for me, that was just to get some sort of a bit of information that I could maybe strike up some sort of conversation. So I think it's important maybe to get to know a little bit about the person before they would come to a group.
I think when working with somebody who you feel is lonely, to kind of slowly introduce them to the group. Don't leave them alone. Be aware of the fact that they may be resistant to talking to others, and just show them encouragement. Be there for them.
Oh yes, I remember that I was going for counselling. The counsellor told me about the activities of Engage with Age. She took me to the Engage with Age office. I found the groups were the only way to stop my really bad depression. What I used to do before was stay at home, looking out the window, doing nothing, staring at the walls. It was terrible. But now my life is really totally different.
I had a lady actually who was lonely, and I took her shopping. And because she was out talking to people, she felt a lot better. And this is the most important thing actually. When you meet lonely people, the first thing is you've got to be careful how you treat them. You have to treat them as a friend and not as a person who is lonely. You've got to think of them as a member of the family, and that's the most important thing.
For someone like that, when they first came, they'd be more quiet, maybe sitting with one person that they knew, not really participating in the group as a whole, but gradually over that time responding, listening, and then eventually reaching the stage where they felt confident enough to be able to get on the dance floor. And I made sure at an appropriate point of saying to them, that was great. So it's, reinforcement.
Well, I'm a carer and I feel totally isolated. And I remember staring out the kitchen window, watching the weather go by, and I thought, life's passing me by here. And I got talking to them, and it was like they had opened the blinds and the light came in. I think it was about 2019, so it was. And that was the start of going out to D Street, playing Connect 4, or just talking. And it was just wonderful. My problem is not making friends over the years, and the few people that I have, and I remember going to the slip disco and walking up and down the cobblestones outside because I hadn't the courage to go on my own. And I remember meeting yourself at the door, and there was a lovely girl who said hello to me, and she let me sit with her. And you know, I would never sort of feel like that, though it's probably normal. But once you got in there, you know, nobody looked at you any differently because you were there on your own. You know, it was fabulous.
And people come along for social reasons. The main reason is we encourage social contact and we dance. And there have been a couple of individuals who week after week came but didn't feel as though they were able to participate in the dance, and then they did. And the fact of seeing them on the dance floor with the courage to be able to do that, I felt that was a success.
Yes, I definitely would have noticed changes in people from them first coming to group till maybe even a few weeks later. But as time went on, yes, I really would have noticed the change and differences in people joining in, coming into their own, just starting to feel comfortable. Yes, we always got quiet people as well, but yeah, I think I noticed changes very quickly in people and how they would socialise even outside of the group when they would form friendships.